Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jay with Stormscapes, and I'm just going to sit here and tell you today these storms that are coming into this afternoon, evening hours of today are looking really bad. And I'm just going to get into these storms as we approach, and I'm just kind of showing you what the current model is what I'm looking at as the United States as a whole. Because rain does come in our areas locally. Now, in these areas, do we really know if these areas are going to be severe with, thunderstorms, hail, and that's what this channel is really going to be about. This channel is exactly just going to pinpoint to the areas that you really only have to really pay attention to. Because what I'm going to kind of show you is how these low complex systems that are coming into the atmosphere today, they're looking really bad. Now, I've looked at all kinds of graphs and I'm trying to really get to the nitty gritty because these storms are really kind of hard to predict. And what I'm trying to show you today is what I'm going to see and show you and kind of pinpoint to the areas that you really have to focus in, okay? So these areas, if you're in North Dakota, South Dakota, and even in Minnesota, these storms are going to get strengthening tonight. So I'm going to show you here in just a short, brief second of what these storms, where these storms are looking to move into. They're moving northeast. These northeast storms that do move northeast create supercells. These supercells do have the potential of creating tornadoes. These clouds have very unstabilized atmospheres where winds are blowing in all kinds of directions. These low pressure systems this afternoon are going to create an atmosphere that you don't want to be, or at least you want to be on the prepared side of getting, at least knowing being and prepared. And that's what the whole goal of this channel is just getting you prepared of what's going to come. And if these areas are affected, then you just need to be prepared. And so that's exactly what I'm going to teach you, or at least show you what I'm seeing. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm going to get to the point of what I'm seeing right now, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and show you what exactly are we looking at to be able to kind of know what we're looking for. So I'm going to show you what this latest model is looking like. Okay, so these are current temperatures right now, and I'm going to get to this, pivotal point of showing you what I'm seeing here. Now, these photographs that are in the United States right now, they're not looking very good. And, what I'm going to show you is, there are areas in this atmosphere where this stuff is creating hail. Now, this one could create a marginal tornado if you are, let me kind of see where this location is here, to kind of show you exactly where this area is. And I do see some more tornado events going on in the next few days. So, I can kind of pinpoint, I can't exactly tell you when these storms are going to happen, but I can at least kind of give you a good area where these tornado storms could predict, come down. And these storms are looking crazy right now. Now, I'm not even going to show you right there because I can't even pull that up right now. But let me go ahead and show you what I'm seeing. This supercell that is going to be producing at least a marginal tornado. And, and as I move this timeline across, coming into the later night parts of tonight, these storms are going to get worse because storms like to just amplify at night for some reason because it's just a perfect time for storms to really, at least get up to speed. These current holographs are just photographs. Sorry, it just are absolutely crazy. Now this one can create the marginal tornado. Now these ones that I'm showing you right now is severe. When you got wind hail, you got significant amount of hail here. These tornado these ones actually can create, these supercells can create tornadoes. It may be a brief tornado if these photographs tell me that it's going to be weak. I can see that if it's going to be weak or not. So I can kind of get a little grasp of what's going on in the next few days. Now, what I will tell you is that these atmospheres can be unpredictable, and it's hard to really exactly pinpoint where areas are going to be. But I do want to show you that going into Saturday, Sunday, these areas do amplify up going into the weekend and even into next week, which I'll be getting into those videos, later this afternoon. Now, I will tell you that when these storms happen, I can't exactly tell you an exact time, but I can at least get you in the right area code of when these storms could potentially happen. So make sure that if you're still watching the video right now, make sure to subscribe, because every day I post videos of what's going to break down to happen every day, where I see these storms going to break out. And every time that I've posted videos, these storms do actually happen where they're supposed to happen. So, I do keep an eye on these storms. This is exactly what I do. This is exactly what I love to do. So I'm just going to kind of show you and pinpoint you to the areas that you have to really focus in on. So, looking at this United States, this looks like this area right here. This atmosphere is just, it is breaking down, and there's so we do have some more potential down here that is working its way. And I think that this part of the storm is going to be the one you're going to have to kind of keep your eye out on. Now, this one right here is going to be heading up towards, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, that region. And, over today and tomorrow, it's going to be in this area all day. So, just make sure to be, be prepared, just know they have a safe plan in action in case these storms do break out. So I'm going to show you now. I'll show you going into Monday too. So this same area, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, this area where tornadoes like to be in. This is the atmosphere where it likes to be. Over the last week, it's just been kind of sporadic in areas that it's not used to being in. Over here, like in Arizona, this area is just so dry. So it's hard to get a tornado produced, especially if this whole graph here, these hodographs are just, they tell me exactly where the worst part of this storm could possibly be. Now, I will tell you that going into this coming week, though, it's gonna get intensified. It will get stronger, and then it looks like it may die out Tuesday, Wednesday. But I will tell you that these storms are very high chances of producing tornadoes. So I definitely want you to be, on the lookout, because every day I will post a video Monday through Sunday, and I will tell you, I will break down the 24 hours where you need to pay attention to, because I honestly don't believe that it's hard to really predict where these tornadoes are going to be. So, at least I believe usually within the first 24 to 48 hours, you're going to have a really good idea where these storms are going to be. And every time that I've, at least, kind of pointed out where the significance of in the United States, as a whole. That way, if you don't even have to worry about it. If you got a little bit of light rain coming, you don't even have to really even prepare about really much of anything. So, I mean, when it does rain, you have the chances of potential flash flooding and all that other stuff. But, when it really gets down to it, where's this nitty gritty? Where's the severe thunderstorms? Where's the hail going to be? Where's the most wind going to come? Those are the main, those ingredients there help a tornado, at least amplify, or at least have the right ingredients. There's definitely an ingredient level where these tornadoes can produce at any given time, and at least I want to show you exactly where these storms are going to potentially be. I'm going to show you where this instability is in the atmosphere going into the weekend. The atmosphere is just so crazy right now. We have so much cold air, we have so much hot air right now from all this rain, especially down here in the south. So when these storms come in, it's just going to help give it that little extra juice, just to give it, just to give it maybe a little bit more, just where it can create some really powerful winds and, damaging winds. Winds can knock down poles. Winds can also knock down fences. Winds can really, there's a lot of things that can happen. Now, and you got also hail right behind it. Hail can really create some damage, to roofs, cars. So being prepared is going to be nice. At least that way, you know what to expect and where it can come from. So, this is the instability going into the over the weekend. Where this instability is now. As I show you, this purple area here. This is where the most specific, significant amount of hail will be. And as it comes in from the west and it's moving east, these storms create supercells. These supercells are strong and they can create tornadoes. Okay. Now, I'm not, trying to scare you. I'm just telling you these storms can create tornadoes. And I'm seeing a lot of purple on the map. And these purple indicators on our map here, on our radar imagery system here, will tell us exactly, how much instability will be in the atmosphere. And this stays on our map for a while. So, this week, you're definitely going to want to make sure to take precautionary notes. And, now, I will tell you, if you're new, make sure to subscribe. If you're new, please make sure to smash the like button. I'm also going to show you here, where this rain potentially could be too. There's a lot of rain, and when we're looking at rain as a whole, where is this going to happen over at least where it's going to be in the United States. So starting off in the week, or at least this weekend, this whole left side of the United States here, over the mountain region, going into the plains, this is where a lot of significant weather breaks down. We have a lot of cold air right here that splits in the United States. Then you have a lot of hot air over here. And what happens usually in the spring and summer times, we have a lot of rain over here on this side of over here on the east side of the United States. Over here you have a lot of cold air moving into the United States, and you have all this warm, moist air. I hate the word moist, but that is exactly what this is. That air has a lot to do with how storms create, and a lot of storms create right here in the center of the United States. So as these storms create, it's kind of hard to predict where exactly where this weather could go, but a lot of it has to do with the jet stream in the air as well. There's definitely a lot of crazy jet streams, and let me show you exactly where this jet stream could potentially be too. Showing you. Now this is. Let me show you. This is the humidity going into the weekend. As in the United States, that humidity plays a huge factor when it comes to creating thunderstorms and potential, tornadoes. So let's also go into let's go into this helicity. This area here going into Monday, that looks pretty bad. But I'll dive into that going into the weekend as we get closer to this. Now, I will tell you, this is the tornado perimeter, STP, significant tornado perimeter of where these storms are potentially could be. And all weekend we have here up in Minnesota, this region is where these tornadic events could happen. And then going into the later parts of Sunday, maybe over here in Nebraska, Iowa. Okay. And then what I wanted to show you was for air. Here we go. This is our jet stream going into the weekend. And that's what all this cold air coming in from the Pacific going in over the United States. And then this is what's going on in, Monday, Sunday, Monday right here. Monday night. Now we're into Tuesday. A little bit of change there in the jet stream, but yeah, I see why there's a lot of weather going to happen right here. It's right here at the bottom of a ridge. So there's definitely the jet stream is going to be crazy. These winds here, these winds are blowing at 18,000 feet in the air. So this is showing you that this is up at 18,000 feet in the air, and these winds are going to be blowing around. You have wind blowing in, and then you have these storms moving in, especially right here where tornadic events do happen over here in the Tornado Valley, the flat plains over here. This is an area, it's very low populated, just because it's because of tornadic events that do happen here. And make sure, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe as I post daily content. That way that you can get every day, you can be able to wake up and know, hey, all right, my storms are not even going to be, I don't even have to worry about these storms that are coming in where I'm going to be at. Now, like I said, these storms are coming in over the weekend or going into next week, look very bad. So make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to notify yourself when every time that I upload, you get the newest video. So stay tuned to these storms, and I'm going to have the latest content for you. So make sure to subscribe. Thanks.